Hi guys, so today I wanted to do a paracord bracelet for you. I'm going to do a two-tone paracord bracelet. Now there's different weights of paracord. There's the 550, which is this big thick one, and then there's these ones here which are a little smaller, and I don't remember the weight on that. I want to say it's like 360 I think, or 330. I don't remember exactly, but they're thinner. If you look at the width on them, there's a big difference. So if you're doing the 550, the general rule of thumb is for each inch of bracelet that you want to make, you want to do a foot of paracord. For this thinner one, you'll need to do more. So I'm doing an 8-inch bracelet today, so I'm using 10 feet of paracord total. So I don't know exactly what that works out to, but that's about what it is. And then I'm also counting the clip as part of the bracelet, so this clip's an inch, so actually I'll only end up doing 7.5 inches. So for the bracelet, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need 2 tones of paracord, and you can use whichever weight you're more comfortable with. I'm using the thinner weight because that's what I have open already. You're going to need a clip, and you can find these at Michael's or you can order them online. You're also going to need a lighter, a pair of scissors, and then something to measure with. I've written out measurements on my board here, but you can also use a ruler or whatever you have that take measurement, okay? So the first thing you need to do is you need to measure your wrists. So I'm not making this for me, I'm making this for my brother. So the total length that I need for him is 8.5 inches. So I'm going to do that, and then so if I know I'm making his 8.5, I'm going to take away the inch for the clip, so that's actually going to be 7.5 in the actual paracord. So to start out with, you're just going to take your ends of paracord, and I'm not going to put them together or anything. I probably do mine a little differently than most people. So I start from the top, and then I just pull that through. Now this part here that's on the bottom is going to be the length of the bracelet. So I'll just put it on my board here, and I'm just going to get a general idea of how long I want to make that. And then I'm going to add 3 inches to that at the bottom. So now if you're looking at the bracelet, I have these 2 shorter ends, and that's what we're going to wrap the cord around to make the bracelet. And so for that, counting the cord, I have 11.5 inches. Okay, and that's what's going to connect when we're done here through this to make the bracelet itself. Okay, and then we have our long pieces of cord, which are here, and that's what we're going to be wrapping around these 2. Okay, hopefully that makes sense so far. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. So I'm going to take the shorter end, and I'm just going to hold this for a second. Now you want to kind of separate out your cord so it's not tangled. Now whichever color that you lead with is going to be your outside color on your bracelet. So I have a clipboard here, and that's what I'm going to attach here. So hopefully I'm zoomed out enough to where you guys can see. So in the center, which is these cords here, that's the length of your bracelet. And again, I have 11.5 inches laid out for an 8.5 inch bracelet. Okay, I'm going to lead with black because I want black to be my outside color. So I'm going to take that black, the long part, and I'm going to bring it behind the 2. Okay, so right there, it's behind both of these pieces. And so I'm taking that black cord and I'm going underneath here, and I'm going to lay it over the green as well. So if you're following this, so far we've put this black behind the 2 colors here, and then over the green that we're going to be doing. Now we take the green and we're going to put it through this loop here of the black, pulling it, and that's going to be your first knot. And you're just going to put that all the way to the very top. And that's the first knot of your paracord. So each time you start now, you're going to start with the black. So you're going to take your black again, and you're going to pull it behind your two colors or your center, and you're going to go over the green here, keeping everything straight. And then you're going to take your green, you're going to pull that over and pull it through your black loop here. And pull that all the way through. And then again, you're just going to pull that tight. And as you're going, you're making sure each time to pull it very tight. Okay? So again, starting with your black, you're going to go behind both colors and over your green. And then you're going to take your green and go through the loop. And that's the start of your bracelet so far. Okay, and each time you're going to pull it very tight. Again, you're taking your black, going behind and over your green, pulling your green through the loop of the black. Okay, and so you're going to continue doing this until you get 2 inches from the bottom of what your bracelet's going to be. So my bracelet's going to be 8.5 inches, so I'm going to stop at 6.5. And then I'll show you what to do from there. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this so you guys can see everything I'm doing, but I'm not going to talk through it. Okay, once you've gotten about 2 inches from the bottom of your bracelet, the total that you want, so mine's going to be 8.5, so I've stopped about 2 inches above that. You're going to go back up to the top of the clip and you're going to undo it. So once you've taken that little piece off, all you're going to do is you're going to string it, and this is all still facing up. So you're just going to take it and you're going to take your 2 ends and you're going to string them from the top down. And what I mean is you're going through the top first, and then you're going to pull it, and this is where that extra length comes in. And so that when you're looking at the back, what you're going to see is 2 little tails, two little tails here. And essentially what you're doing is you're going to sew this piece back up into itself as you do your next stitch. But you want to make sure that your total is going to be the right length. So I'm just going to pull that down until I get to the 8.5. Which is right there. Okay. Sorry. So I have about that much. And I'm going to flip the whole thing over so that I'm holding those in place. Okay. So you're just going to let that kind of fall. Okay, so you can see that there, they're even. And this is what I need for the rest of my bracelet to make the 8.5. And now the next stitch that I'm going to do I'm going to start again with, so in the back I'm holding it with one finger, okay, and again I'm going to start with my black just like I did before. We're going to go behind and over the green, So the green's under there. Okay, so taking the black, we're going to go behind again, and the whole time I'm holding the little tails with my other finger. Okay, and you're going to make sure you go over the green just like before, and you're going to pull the green through the black loop. Okay, and you're just going to pull that up and pull it tight. And that should give you your next stitch. So what that does is that holds it taut here in the back, so you can finish working on your bracelet. So if you look here, here's the stitch holding it in, and here's your two little pieces, okay? And we'll burn those off in a second once we finish the rest of our bracelet. So you're just going to double check that this is at right length, and that's what I'm doing now. If you need to pull a little bit more length out, then now's the time to do it. Okay, so you're just going to pull that tight, and you're going to work it down the rest of this length here. Okay, just like you were doing before, and I'm going to go ahead and clip this back in so it's more stable for me. Okay, so just like before, but now we have the little tails back here. I'm going to take my black, go underneath and over the green, and then pull the green through the loop. Okay, so continue doing this until you get down here to the bottom. And this will be the last one. I'm going to pull that tight. And you can go ahead and take it down. I'm going to back you guys back out so you can see. So there's the bracelet completed. There's the back. And here you have your two little tails. And then you have your two lengths on the side here. So you're just going to take your scissors, and whichever side you want to do first, I'm going to do the black here. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot you guys back in. So I'm just taking my scissors, and I'm going to cut that fairly close but not completely flush. And then you're going to take your lighter, and you're going to warm that up. You want to get it good and hot without burning it. And you're just going to take the lighter and squish it down. Okay, and that's going to hold it in place. And you're going to do the same thing here on the green. So I'll show you again. Go ahead and snip it. I should have grabbed better scissors. Once you have it snipped, take your lighter and burn it. And then push it down. You can use your fingers too, but it gets a little hot. Okay, so right there it's sealed. And that's going to keep it from opening back up. And then you have your two little pieces here that we tucked in. You're going to trim both of those. I like to fold the whole thing so I can get in close. Okay. You're going to take your lighter again and just burn those. Get them good and hot. And just squish that down. Okay, and there's your completed bracelet. And there it is completed. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. I hope you found it useful and I was able to explain things for you clear enough. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. The paracord I picked up at Michael's. I also picked up the little clasps here at Michael's. You can get them online a lot cheaper. I've seen them on there. And again, it just depends on which weight you want to work with. This was the thinner weight, or lighter weight I should say. And so it came out thinner. If you wanted a thicker bracelet or a stronger bracelet, then I'd go with the 550. But that's all personal preference. So thank you all for watching.